It's very important to realize when you do a voiceover audition, the client wants to hear broadcast quality audio. Why is this important in auditions? This is because the client is going to assume that the job will be the same quality as the audition. So a poor quality audition equals no job. You want your performance to include your voice and nothing else. Period. No hiss, no noise, no computer sounds, and no room echo. But one of the hardest things to get rid of is room echo. Hello, I'm William Williams from Aliso Creek Voiceover Classes. It can be a real battle to try to eliminate echo from your recording. First of all, how can you tell it's there? The best way to accurately know that your recording has room echo is to listen to it with headphones. If you listen with speakers, you won't be able to tell whether the room echo is in the recording or is caused by the sound of the speakers echoing in the room. So what is room echo? Well, every time you talk, the sound of your voice goes directly into the microphone, but it also enters the room and bounces off the walls and the ceiling and other hard surfaces in the room. These reflections also go into the microphone at different times than your voice. So you get this slightly delayed echo effect that bleeds into your recording. And once it's in there, there's no way to eliminate it from your recording. So you want to eliminate it from the start. To give you an extreme example, imagine you decide to record your voiceover in the bathroom with all the tile and hard surfaces. The echo would be unbearable. So how do you eliminate this room echo? Today I'm going to show you one possible way to set up your home recording space for quiet recording. Here are 3 hints that will help you. First, select the right room and the right position in the room for your recording space. Second, make sure your microphone is pointing away from the direction where most of the echo is coming from. And third, block the sound of your voice from entering the room, and then absorb those sounds when they echo back towards your mic. Here's a room where I'm going to set up a home recording space. Notice all the wonderful features it has. It has plaster walls, a glass sliding door, no draperies, and very little furniture. Oh well, it's the room I'm stuck with. There are 2 different walls I can place my studio against. The wall near the front window is across the street from a high school, so there's quite a lot of traffic noise coming from the window. The other end of the room is quite removed from the traffic, and so it's a better choice. So the first rule is pick a quiet room, and then pick the quietest place in the room to put your recording setup. Now here's a good example of how most people set up their recording studio. They have a desk or table. They put it in the corner of the room up against the wall, and then they set up their microphone and computer. So what's wrong with this picture? First of all, when you position yourself like this, your voice is going to come out and immediately bounce off the 2 plaster walls in front of you, and then bounce around the walls of the room. Now let's look at the microphone position. Microphones for voiceovers are what we call unidirectional, which means they only pick up from one direction. Unfortunately, the business side of the microphone, the part that picks up, is facing out toward the room, where all the reflections are coming from. So this setup is doomed to produce a bad recording. Here's a better way to set up your recording space. First, I'll move the table or desk out from the wall, so you're facing out into the room. Now the microphone is only going to pick up reflections that come off the back wall. Also, I've covered the desk with a moving blanket, which deadens the surface of the desk. The next thing I want to do is block the sound of my voice from going out into the room. To do this, I use a small sound booth that I've made from foam core panels and sound-absorbing foam. Notice that this also separates the computer from the microphone, so any computer noise doesn't bleed into the recording. I have instructions on how to build this mini sound booth on my website, and I'll leave the link below. Okay, so we've blocked the sound from going out into the room, but any sound that does return is going to bounce off that back wall and into the microphone. So the next thing we want to do is deaden the back wall. So for this, I use the VoiceOver talent's best friend, another moving blanket. Moving blankets are great because they're big, they're thick, and they absorb sound. And they're also inexpensive. Since the studio is not in my house, I wasn't allowed to pound nails in the wall. So to hang the blanket, I use 3M Command picture hangers. You've probably seen the ad for these on television. They can attach to just about any surface, and they are removable, so they don't damage the wall. Here's a picture of the setup with the mini sound booth and the moving blanket on the wall. If you're still hearing a little room echo, just use 2 moving blankets. Here's a side view of the setup and a look into the mini vocal booth. These are just some suggestions on how to keep room echo from entering your recording. The important concepts are: face out toward the room so that the microphone is facing away from the echoing sound, and toward the back wall. Block as much sound as possible from spreading out into the room in the first place with a mini sound booth, and then absorb the sound that's coming to the back wall with the moving blanket. By the way, this method also works if you're away from home in a hotel room. Put pillows in front of you and that really heavy bedspread on the bed in back of you, and you have an excellent recording booth. I hope this gives you some ideas you can use to produce better recordings. If this video was helpful, subscribe to my channel and like the video. Then click the bell to receive notifications when my new videos come out. And for more information on all things voiceover, go to alisocreek.net. I'm William Williams reminding you, keep talking.